seen him around a lot? That kid.
No, I never seen him.
He wants to bring a mini bike out here. He's never.
Oh,
I don't know.
a mini bike?
Yeah,
Oh,
I tried to tell him.
and what's a mini bike?
It's like a mini motorcycle.
Oh, why can't he do that?
It's broken. He said. I'm like, it's gonna get taken, man. I don't think he. Something's up with him. But I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. If he's around here, are you around a lot?
Yeah, I live around here.
All right. I think he's just gonna hang out here.
I don't mind. I just don't pay attention much to it.
All right. All right. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Where'd our friend go?
I have no idea.
I don't either. All right. Can I get those shoes?
Absolutely.
Cool.
You know, he said he was gonna wait to talk to you, but I don't know where he went.
I just don't want him to sit out there and start smoking crack. Hang
Oh, I
on.
don't think it's.
Yeah. I'll meet you at the door.
Here you go. Casey. Sorry about that.
You're good. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Irish goodbye that bitch. Hey, goodbyes. Those gonna bring you home. Even God didn't see it coming. No matter where you're at. Hopped up on a lot of caffeine. I feel weird today. We're gonna try to find Mr. Bullshitter, and then we're gonna leave. 9:34. Yeah, he took off. Someone left their nice bike right here. The chain's on it. I gave him the spiel about crack. I told him about the dangers of homelessness. And I told him how to get himself a tent. He needs to be here because the Wi-Fi is here. Yeah. Look at that shit. Talking about a colostomy bag or something. We got 10 minutes. He's out talking to the He's fine. Kid's 18, homeless, walking around. He did typical energy vampire stuff. He got in my face. He started lying a bunch, bullshitting, trying to dominate me with his lies. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get you a pin that's as big as bullshit or this side of Lake Champlain. But I'm tired. So this draining stuff really drains. But it made me real. It was good to just talk, even if I knew he couldn't listen. Because I know it's a simulation. All right, more guys. What up, Marina? Today we're saying goodbye to a homeless kid. He's hanging out with all the junkies. He's 18, and I'm just gonna have to leave him. I gave him the spiel. I need to sleep. I haven't slept. How are you doing? Where are you coming at me from? I think he's good. I don't want this kid to fucking die. God. Life is weird, man. Okay. I walked around singing until it bothered everybody. And then I learned how to keep it going. And then I called the birds. They're looking for smokes.
Oh, I found him yesterday. And he told me, oh, he knows better. He knows I don't pay until first. First?
Mm-hmm.
How's he gonna have money on the first? He already got it. He only gets money.
They're looking for cigarettes. They probably just did a whole loop looking. Oh, nothing I can do. I'm just waiting on the gopher. It should be here. This is the capital of Vermont. Right in the center. Vermont is just one giant small town that spans like 250 square miles. So if there's a bus route, you can just hop to a bunch of different small towns. And some of them are friendly and some of them aren't. This is mainly, it's like one long street of tourist traps, a big neighborhood up there. This really cool, that hill is a bunch of different trail networks, which is really cool. The Capitol building's over there. Last year I went there and I lived behind it. It was really nice. But people here are pretty delusional and dramatic. And I liked it until they started getting aggressive with it. Thank Instagram. Yeah. Well, the kid's got no integrity either. All right. I don't know. This is just a bus station. But this is kind of the hub for people that don't do anything. There's a homeless camp right there because it's easy to come here to get their drugs off the bus, and then their dealer goes back to wherever they are. Room television. No matter where you're at, you can always find a way back. My gopher's not here. He's got to learn the hard way, I guess. I'm like a lost puppy. Every time I find people that need help, I'm like, fuck, how can I fight to save you? But it's over. He was led astray. He got lured in by the homeless crackheads and was taken into their camp. Now he's gone. He was here just walking in circles, lying. And I was like, I feel you. I was there once when I was younger and lost. Now, at least I got to give him the advice that I needed when I was 17. Which was cool. Yesterday I was in Waterbury and I met someone from Brattleboro that worked in DCF. So have you seen Gopher? I'm waiting on a gopher. They're late.
I can't hear him.
Did you see a gopher come by?
No.
Yeah. They didn't call. 9:43. Hold on. You're telling me. I started making videos because I wanted to do something. I was in public housing. All I did was consume content and make music. I didn't have any good friendships or relationships, really. And I wasn't really in a place where I could actually get there. And I was going through, I don't know, I was going through my spiritual journey, I guess. I was having a bunch of breakthroughs alone, and then life would get really weird suddenly, and I didn't know what to do, and all I had was YouTube channels that magically had exactly what I needed to hear. So I learned to trust the timing of the universe, and then I would get so full of this inspiration to make my songs, and I didn't have a way to make my songs. So I just put my creative outlet somewhere, and I figured that if I just kept going with this, at least a couple things. I wanted to have a bunch of records of what my face looked like when I'm young, because I figured I'm not getting into any movies right now, but I always wanted to be in movies and TV shows. I wanted to be an actor or a YouTuber, and I knew that AI would get to a point where it could replicate me. So I would just make content so that they had a bunch of storage of my face. And I also knew that it was getting a lot harder as I was getting older to hold on to my character. Like I was losing myself a lot and just becoming nothing. Like I was dissolving and just being empty inside. And I was so proud of who I had become before that. My mom was telling me that I had schizophrenia. Now I don't have schizophrenia, but I definitely have CPTSD. So I wanted a digital legacy of who I was, so that even though I can't hold on to any of my memories, and it's very fleeting to hold on to anything pretty much, now at least in like 20, 30 years, I can look back at my archive, and probably in a couple years I can put all of these videos into an AI generator, and I could talk to myself. And after that, it got to a point where I just needed to make a difference. I always have this need to help people. And the spiritual stuff, like the matrix and the simulation breaking down, that was getting so crazy that I started making content because I wanted to see what would happen. I knew when I got to a certain mind state, like I would raise my vibration and I would wake up like I did last night, and the birds would go crazy. There would be violence, there would be simulation breaking events. Everything would get really weird. So I would make videos and post them to see how it would change. I was like a scientist. I was like, what's going to happen to my world when I start doing this? And then that turned into just an outlet for me. And then I had people that were watching. And then when 2024 hit, I had like 15 subscribers in 2024. And I just decided to keep going because that's all I could do. I didn't have access. Like my computer had burnt out, couldn't make the songs. All I had was my phone. I saw that people were making money on YouTube. So I figured I would just set fishing. I'd just throw a lure out and see what I could catch. See if anyone would see my value. Maybe a rich person. And then that would be my way of making dreams come true and manifesting. And then it became a defense mechanism because I needed to hit a certain amount of subscribers, because if the police showed up, I needed a way to record them, because I had instances where they were lying and putting my life in danger. So this was my only weapon. When the police show up, I pull my phone out. Yeah, it's like I've been awake for 50 hours, roughly. It seems to be my gift. That I can speak eloquently. I wish I could focus better because I know I could have a lot better potential. There he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a no, but you can ask.
Probably, if they did, probably put it in the way back. That's how big it is.
Yeah, I really don't think they're gonna put it on the bus. Actually, I don't think they legally can put it on the bus. But you can definitely ask, it's just like, need me?
No, I'm just saying goodbye. I don't know the next time I'm coming back up here.
Pardon?
It's hard to get a gopher, so I can't come up a lot.
Oh,
So I want to make sure he's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think you should start in Northfield, where your bike is.
Yeah.
You know people there. Your mom knows people. You can find a mechanic. You could probably clean the mechanic shop in exchange for learning how to fix your bike and getting the
I already
parts.
know how to fix it. It just needs an oil change and a 420 chain, some gas.
Either way, make sure that you have a way to glue it down, because it's going to get swiped as soon as it gets
Yeah.
here. If it doesn't, I
Yeah.
might.
You want to get quick money?
For what? I want 2 of these.
Take all of them if you want to get all the money.
No, you put these outside of your tent and it grounds it so that when you get in the forest, it weaves the energy
These
better.
two steel plates.
No, I'll keep it. It's good. What's your name, man?
Mine?
Yeah. Jimmy, nice to meet you, man. Take care of yourself.
See ya.
I head to Northfield in Cancer season. So we're in Gemini right now. Once it hits Cancer, I move to Northfield. Then I'm back here in Leo. What?
Is that your person bringing you?
Yeah, that's a free taxi.
Do you think? Wait. Do you think you will bring me to Northfield?
Nope. You
Really?
can ask her to call Gopher.
Yup.
Have them press 1 so that you can get a hold of them.
Yup.
Tell them your situation. They can't bring an e-bike.
No,
I'm Casey.
I can walk back.
Yep.
You like the things I gave you?
These?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are like $3 a piece.
I don't know. That's where I was going next.
Yup. These are like, but this is steel.
So, no, the next thing on my list of stuff that I need
Yeah.
were these nails.
Yup.
So I didn't have to go get them.
Yeah, for right now at least.
The universe used you to bring them to me.
Yeah. And you didn't even
I'll
ask
put
me.
that in the back, or you welcome.
I'll put it back.
Okay, or wherever you'd like. Put it next to you if you want. Doesn't matter to me. Cool beans.
Cool beans. You want to stop for a coffee or anything before we go? All right,
Thank you.
no problem.
That's my coffee over in St. Johnsbury.
You came from St. Johnsbury?
Yeah, I had to bring a kid over to school over there.
How far is it?
Probably an hour.
They've been telling me they won't go to Randolph, which is a half hour.
Yeah, I have been to Randolph once or twice anyway. You're going to the McDonald's, right?
The park and ride, which is closer. It's just off the
Oh,
interstate.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you are.
It's not that one, the one right off. Either way works.
Yeah,
I'll
there's kind of two of them, but there's a park and ride that's official.
Not the official, not the one with the whale's tails.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I live in Randolph, that's why. Yeah. I was wondering about that.
No shit.
Okay.
No, I live in Randolph,
Oh, is that right? You moved there?
I guess. You know what I'm saying? I found a place where there's not as much drama, and
That's huge.
yeah, I like waking up in the morning and all I have to worry about is the birds
That's
and the
not
trees.
Too bad.
I like this when I'm full of peace from the forest and then I go talk to these people,
Yes.
but I always leave feeling like a robot.
Yeah.
But I came up here to talk to people at the State House about homelessness and
Okay.
what they're going through.
Did you talk to a committee or something, or a certain department, or?
No, I just wander up to the Capitol building and see if people are there, and I lucked out that they were having a huge meeting and everybody was there.
Oh.
So I found the right person at the right time and got to tell them the story.
That's beautiful.
Right? Yeah. And that's when you don't have the responsibilities like a job and stuff.
Yeah.
It took a lot of work, but my life is pretty much that, like just serendipity all day.
Yep.
It's really cool, but it's been violent too.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. I like Randolph's nice because the local police are very kind.
Yeah.
And the community is very good.
Good.
It's just occasionally we get the guys in the trucks that wear the sunglasses, you know, like the reflectors when they go fishing.
Uh-huh.
Those guys in the trucks try to run me off the road sometimes on my bike, and
Really?
they used to throw cigarette butts at me, would rev their engine next to me while I'm asleep in the back of my car. And I mean, one person in Randolph came at me, but he was on drugs. The locals haven't really tried anything. I know in Brattleboro they're just hitting them. Like if say this woman's on the side of the street
Yeah.
in Brattleboro, they'll just swerve the truck and hit him.
Wow.
And they post about it on Facebook.
That's crazy.
Yep. And then when they find those people that they don't like finally leave, and they leave town, the police now put like vote Phil Scott, and they put it outside on their lawn,
Okay.
those signs. the police now have signs that say drug addict gone thanks to the Brattleboro Police Department.
Wow.
So it's getting kind of scary to be home. All right. Yeah. But it seems like Vermont's the big issue for Vermonters that work hard is that they don't like where their taxes are going.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool if taxes became more local. So all your taxes in Randolph, everything you paid gets put into like that's going to happen, but whatever they handle first is just based on where they put the money first.
Yeah.
So that everybody's satisfied that their money's going there.
Sounds like a good system to me. They'll live a community well, maybe. I don't know. It's ultimately going to be up to them.
Yeah.
You might want to go to a town where, there's no zoning. Might be better received there. I don't know what those towns are around here. I think Williamstown is a little bit more relaxed about it.
I've never been to South Royalton, but people say that area is nice.
It is nice. It's nice through there. I've been on a couple of roads down through there. I mean, it's rural Vermont, It's got a couple of nice eateries there in town.
How far is it from Randolph?
Not far. 2 exits, maybe.
10 miles or
It's probably longer than that.
okay.
Let's see, Bethel's the next one down, then Sharon. So Sharon and South Royalton share the same exit. So it's 2 exits down.
Okay. I'm trying to get an e-bike first because then I could get around easier.
Yep.
It's just they're expensive. It's like $5,000 for the
Are they that much?
for the ones that go 60 miles an hour and they charge in 4 hours and
Okay.
they last like 200 miles.
Wow.
So I could get to Brattleboro and not have to maybe stop to charge it once in a small town for a couple hours.
And where would you charge it?
Free outlets. It just plugs right in.
Oh, so just regular like household outlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
They probably have a big one for like electric cars and they have a small one.
Oh,
I don't think anybody would have a problem because it just takes the same amount of power as like an iPhone.
okay.
Which doesn't make sense to me,
No.
but I have to figure that out.
Well, they probably charge so slow that that's what they need is a slow charge
Okay.
to fully charge, and it probably doesn't take much power to do that.
I know that they make, the portable power stations, the boxes.
Yes.
They have ones that take the same input, which is just that 3-prong that you plug into the wall.
Yes.
I don't know how they do it, but their cord plugged into the wall charges it. I've been awake for 2 days. If I see I couldn't sleep, and then I woke and you said that you had a ride for me.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get to Morrisville.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think we go to Morrisville.
No, I took the bus. I had a bunch of stuff up there. The police were really bad to me up there. And I went and visited, talked to people. I think 3 people since me in October.
Yeah.
That they just go out into the woods and beat them.
Jeez.
Like they just rip them out of the tent and then they make up the crime later.
Yeah, that's pretty crappy.
Yeah. So I think they took all my stuff.
I know there's a big population of homeless on that walking trail there in Burlington. Have you ever been up there?
That's where
It's on the waterfront.
I mean, I left home in 2022. I've been homeless since 14,
Wow.
but I was DCF. You know Dogecoin, like cryptocurrency,
I
Bitcoin.
don't know anything about that crap. Say crap.
Yeah, I mean, my friends did. My friend put me onto it, and I made some money, got a nice car. I lived in Section 8, but I had a nice car, so the cops thought I was dealing. So they would come to my house a lot. They'd come to the apartment. They try to get in because they think I'm another drug. See something through the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got evicted. I left, drove through the border to Montreal, which wasn't smart, but I was trying to get to a Planet Fitness. I was at the Malone border. There was a gap in the concrete, and I drove through. Stayed there till I got deported. Spent 6 months in Plattsburgh. Then I came back to Burlington, and I was on that bike path for a year.
Yeah.
So I saw pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
I only got attacked twice, and it was all older people.
Yeah.
In New York, I had a lot of people try me. Like one guy, I was playing poker with I was in a motel program, and there was a bunch, Dana Moore is up there. So a bunch of like New York City felons would get out and be in the motel probation. So I set up a poker table, and I hung out with them a lot. There was a girl that was like 16, homeless, and her boyfriend, and she always wanted to hang out with us. So she would come over and get really mad. So I tried him a couple times, and eventually he threw a chair through my window, and I got close. Like I got him on the ground. I like threw him over my shoulder. I had to get up, and I ripped his legs, and then I was about to kick his teeth in, and then someone tackled me. And then the kid came back with his dad's assault rifle, and he got caught and went to jail.
Jeez.
So that was, yeah. After that, I went to Saranac Lake for a little bit. Somehow I wound up back in Burlington. Other than that, it was just like old guys on mushrooms that would attack us. I definitely lost a couple kids to overdoses that were like 18,
Wow.
which was tough.
That's tough.
That kid that you saw that came out,
Yeah.
he just ran away today.
Wow.
So I was trying to tell him, don't go down the road to those guys because they're going to sit down and try to make you do what they're doing.
Yeah.
He didn't listen. Came back like 20 minutes later, and he looked like a zombie.
Jeez.
So I don't know what happened. He was talking my ear off for like 2 hours, and then he came back and just drank. I told you, man. No, I call him energy vampire. Like if you're walking around Montpelier and you're having a good time,
Yeah.
a lot of people want to get in the way. And it's different everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So I think I did something like that. Maybe they blew smoke in his face. I hope they didn't. I don't think they shot him up. I don't think he would have done it.
A hard lifestyle. For sure. Can be.
Drugs or homelessness. Both, yeah.
Either or. Drugs you can even get on anyway to begin with. It just causes so much trouble. I had friends that, died early, just fresh out of high school in the 70s.
Yeah.
Drugs were big back then too. Ever do drugs?
Yeah.
No. No. so too many people's lives ruined.
I can't. I'm already an overthinker. When I smoke weed, it gets a lot worse. I don't think that I'm paranoid, but I think that I start to think so much about everything. It's just like instantly into an existential crisis. And then I don't, just every decision becomes so much more important. And I can't, it's just overwhelming.
Oh, I had an ex-wife that became a drug dealer and traffic all through the house all hours of the night. It's like, I am so out of here.
Yeah.
Not the life I want, nor do I want to be associated with it. And she's dead now because
Yeah.
she lived to be in her early 60s, and she ingested about probably every drug and every compound known to man. I know.
Was she doing that when you met her?
No, she was just a teenager. She was from, we were teenagers in high school when we met.
Yeah.
And she was always a little on the wild side anyway. But it wasn't until after, we had children and she wouldn't come home at night and just like, what's going on? I had to stay and fill the coolers, like bullshit, not out all night long. Fill up coolers. But